Designer that early probably was the last week that Designer was probably normal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my brother. I spoke to Designer 2 days ago. He jumped on live and told me, yo, Punch is about to go back to when we was in the Project Hallway. He remembers that day because that was the last day that he was probably normal.
Yeah.
That was like the Monday afternoon. Monday night, I introduced him to 50. Tuesday was Leo Cohen. And Wednesday, Stephen Victor flew him out to meet Kanye at LAX for that famous picture where they hugged. And then Kanye signed him by that Monday. And then Kanye did the Panda remix by the next Wednesday. So within about 10 days, his life changed from that.
That's amazing.
I was with Designer pretty heavily at the beginning of his career. But, you know, I'm very, very loyal, and I was working with this other artist prior, and that other artist got a little angry and a little jealous that I was spending a lot of time. I'm loyal. I went back to my artist. Designer ended up going #1. It was very hard to look at and not be a part of that ride. And I just kept beating up, and we just kept working in my crib, kept working. And one day, a record was written, and that record was Ooh, and my original artist was Young M.A. So then we took that off, and then I toured the country with Young M.A., pushed it to number 14 on Billboard. Had like, you know, these are like iconic moment, culture shifting shit. That may being the first girl, gay, openly rapper. You get what I'm saying? Going hard, rapping her fucking ass off, taking Brooklyn to another height. And me and her toured the country.
Writing a page in history.
Oh, 100%. And then, you know, I helped flourish that relationship with her and 50. Helped making sure that stayed strong. And 50 did the Ooh remix. And then I was with M.A. for a little bit. And then I stepped away about March of 2017. Went back to This Is 50, started going viral, interviews. And then September 2017, the famous and most favored and loved Tekashi 6ix9ine reach out. And then that starts all of that fun. And then I was Tekashi DJ for the whole ride, the whole Treyway shit. You already know what it is, free the Treyways.
You know, I think this music business is it's very strong. You know, it's a very strong business. Sometimes we get thrown off by the personality of it.
Yeah.
And it's like that in radio. Like when I was growing up in radio, I mean, I'm 35, been in radio since I was 18.
Understood.
Started in promotions and kind of worked my way up.
I respect it.
And you know, now it's at a point where there's people that just don't do radio.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. Everyone is doing podcasts, right? There's people that don't do radio.
Yeah.
Because there's, you know, a very small amount of jobs in radio right now.
Agreed.
So
no one really leaves radio.
No, they don't.
I attack New York radio constantly. Like I'm not nervous.
Do you really?
Yeah. When my footing became so strong.
Yeah.
Like I attacked it. I was like on Flex's ass. I was on everybody. I was on their ass. But Flex has a high amount of respect for me. I got a high amount of respect for him. Yeah. But there was a point where I was doing 2, 3, 4 million impressions a week on Instagram, on social, and I had so much fucking attention that I was like, it's time to shake the tree.
Right.
And I just went at him. And then I was on live. Academics started jacking it at me. Academics on live started attacking. And then, you know, I just really wanted an answer. It didn't really happen. And then, you know, they started subbing me on the ground. You internet niggas don't want to, y'all don't want no piece of this fucking radio. It's cool, but, you know, that was all, it was a time when momentum was perfect.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking with my team earlier today, and it was a disheartening thing because when Tekashi got locked up prior to the snitching shit and all of that, because I don't fuck with it, just to make it clear as day. But prior to it, we were on pace to doing something. So he's running out records, he's doing this thing, we're running out, we're doing all of these things. We started this campaign around September about being the best rapper and DJ show in the game. Academics jacked it, Travis Scott and them took a swing at it, Uzi Vert and his DJ took a swing at it. We were gonna make this a big thing. Because if I asked a normal person, who's Drake's DJ? Who's J. Cole's DJ? Who's Kendrick's DJ?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It starts to get really, this is odd. That I just named the top 3 artists in the game and you're having a hard time to literally tell me who their DJ is, right?
That's how much we pay attention to
no one's paying attention to the DJ.
Right.
And with Tekashi giving me so much leverage, and that was my bro. I took a lot of the leverage too. You get what I'm saying? Because like you just can't be. I was around these other artists, and they're not gonna just turn the camera to you. You got to make yourself a bigger show. The internet helped me coming in with 25, 30 million views on the internet, and then standing next to it comes with something. So people do know me regularly, like, oh, you're from the interviews, you're viral, you interviewed blah, 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 blah. So that all helped and assisted this whole shit come together. But when it all happens and we get that moment, I was going to go on and I always just call it DJ Khaled the game and start rolling out singles and becoming larger than an actual turntable performance DJ. But Thanksgiving last year, they locked up the whole team, free the game.
You know, I can't even, sometimes coming off of what you just said right now, you said so much information, man. We talking to Punch right now. This is Dash Hip Hop X, Mike Live. Next question, I really just want to know, what's something that you really love, other than, you know, obviously what you do Is there something that we don't know as a fan of yours? Like, what's something that you really just love that makes you happy, other than, you know, obviously being on the internet and being in the music business?
Well,
like,
it's unique. It's still the internet, but it's really the exposure of me guiding. You know, and that's really why I've done everything. I got this new campaign out now called the Abstract Campaign, which I look at it like this. I motivate a lot of people and I give them a lot of information. Most of my peers don't have information. They don't really know how to get on the radio. They don't know how to go viral. They don't know how to be on World Star. I've been viral many times. I've been on World Star many times. I've never paid for these services ever.
Right.
You get what I mean? To specify that. I've done 1 million views on YouTube many times.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So with all of this being said, this information is just not accessible to everyone, or people are misinformed. So what my goal of everything is how do I present the information? I start giving it, and what happened is I started to notice I wasn't giving specifically music information. It was really about life and business. So when I started doing business information, people were like, yo, bro, I started my clothing line because of something you said. Yo, I sorted my hair line. Girls, I did my makeup line. Yo, I want to be a manager. Then all of a sudden I'm helping artists on their journey with so much. I started being like, yo, it's like no matter what I'm saying, you're taking it for what you want. So then I started coming up with this whole thing, like no matter what I say, it's like this canvas, and it's like an abstract painting. I throw the paint up there. I say what I'm saying. I'm giving you the words, but it's abstract. You take it for what you want.
Right.
So I catered this entire idea to a campaign. And I have this thing called the Abstract Campaign, where I'm rolling out every single day until my birthday. Just levels of motivation and direction and guidance to all the new talents, artists, and people that follow me. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
Once you verified and you got that check, and you got a bunch of followers behind you, they listen to you. It's like Instagram says you smart. He got to be fucking smart. Well, now that I got that kind of cosign, I got that kind of leverage, well, let's now position it. You get what I mean? And now I want to guide artists. I want to tell them what's up. I still DJ. I DJed last week Saturday out here at on top of Free Play, this rooftop party for this Afro Carnival, because I do everything. You know, in New York we play reggae, Afrobeat,
everything.
Fucking soca,
Of course.
dance hall, rap, hip hop, everything.
Everything.
So we're just so wide on the genres that, you know, I got involved with it. So I'm still actively DJing. I'm gonna be in Europe at the end of September with my new artist named Ralphie Malice. And just a bunch of shit. Like I have a lot of things going on, but I don't want it to seem like I'm picking up one hat to put on the other.
Right.
I'm learning how to have them all run consistently and simultaneously to just do the full level up.
Yeah. Is this your team right here?
And now, this is one of my newest partners here. You know, he got me out here moving around, you know, and I'm going to let him, you know, specifically tell it. But we met being out at an industry event, and I think him just understanding my impact on social, and he's really, really avid and aware of what goes on in tech. I think he understands that I had a grip and a headlock on a certain side of the culture, which is something that he didn't have a tie on. But he has these situations to facilitate thinkers and artists and creatives like me, and then we partnered up to have this new collaboration that we should be launching sometime tomorrow, but we're really launching it now.
Wow.
Because it's live.
It's live.
And we're on Dash Radio.
That's right.
You heard what I'm saying? So Mike is here with us, so why not talk about it now? But we're going to take it to socials tomorrow morning and really, really announce the collaboration so they can understand why me and my partner, who's going to introduce himself right now, came together for this genius of a fucking idea.
That's his partner right there. What's up, man?
So what's up, Dash Radio? So my name's Anthony Delgado, and like Punch said, I've been a serial entrepreneur and software developer, online marketer for the last 10 years. And I got started in hip-hop. I mean, I think everyone in our culture grew up with hip-hop in our veins and in our DNA. About 10 plus years ago, I had a website called unreleasedhiphop.com where we used to leak Drake and Lil Wayne and all these different albums used to be on there percolating. And then that's how I learned the online game. Right. And when I saw the impact that Punch was making, the audience, how people were listening to his every word, the influence that he had, and then he told me about his project Canarsie Day, which is a very positive project that I'll let him talk about.
The community. We'll get to that.
I said, why can't we take this movement that you've started in Brooklyn and bring it all over the world?
Yeah.
So basically, this is what I call the Brooklyn Connection right here.
Yeah.
This is the Brooklyn Connection right here. On the West Coast with Mike live on Dash Hip Hop X. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, so the next question, though, is this is more about, you know, because at Dash right now, we're growing. I don't know if you know this.
I'm aware. I've seen this from. I'm one of the most aware artists that will ever sit in this seat.
Okay.
I've watched it with what Ski's really, and just how everybody has really gotten this to where it is. I literally watched this from a very, very small idea to getting it to here. Even what Game and him used to do, it's crazy.
So this is my take on the radio business.
Talk to me.
So I work for a company, aside from me doing this beautiful show here at Dash Radio that I love so much. I've been doing for 2 years.
Okay.
And seeing Dash go through changes and everything. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 years for me have been one of those experiences where it's the first time in radio where no one is over my shoulder telling me what I can and can't say.
Understood.
And now this is the place for me, because I'm an LA kid, right?
Understood.
So I live right over here in Burbank, right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? I got my wife. You know,
I fly into Burbank every time.
You know what I mean?
The
So
LAX traffic
I
is
come right
ugly.
over the hill, and I'm right here in Hollywood.
I'm with you.
And it's funny. I was born and raised in Hollywood. I've seen a change in radio where it's about when you want it,
Correct.
how you want it,
Correct.
right? Because I could be going to the bathroom at my job,
Correct.
be listening to the shit, washing my hands.
Correct.
I've been seeing people all day long do this.
Correct.
So the time span of where we listen and how we're listening,
Correct.
how we're taking that is, I think, the biggest change. Not for the better though, but necessarily for anyone who wants to do it.
Correct.
So now the quality of it isn't going to be as good, right? Because now more people are doing it,
Correct.
and the competition level of it is different. Cats aren't putting out mixtapes like Ski was back in the day and putting them up on Melrose and selling them for $10 or whatever it is. I think they were like 15 actually.
Yeah.
But anyway, where do you see the whole digital side going with music right now? Where is that something that? Because look at these streams. People ain't really getting paid for streams, right? You got to have fucking billions of streams online just to make any money off of that.
Correct.
So what is it that you think is the most, I guess, on business level, the best way that these artists can, if you gave them a little 2 cent right now, some free advice, what would that be?
I think it's the most simplest thing ever, and it's really just attach and connect to your audience. Like, no matter what I say, I like to give examples. You get what I mean? Like, when you identify with who your audience is, I think we can see the successful. I mean, we looked at who Designer was. Designer was like the most energetic, hyper, turned up kid ever. And if you ever went to a Designer show, you would legitimately see all of the kids like running into each other, like practically mosh pitting. We can watch it.
Yeah.
MA, she tapped directly into the females. She tapped right into it, but still, the aggression and the content that she had, she still would just pull out a decent amount of guys at her shows. And then Tekashi really was about, I'm the young kid, I'm a rebel, I do whatever I want, and all of those wild kids that wanted to live and live through him and wish that they were ever affiliated in any way, shape, or form, that they would be like that. And they tapped into their following. What I suggest to every artist is identify your customer. Identify your customer. Like, understand exactly who you're selling to, and figure out if that's who you're selling to. Figure out what do they want to buy, and then in the most simplistic form, how do they like to buy it? Do they like, do they like something cheap? Do they like singles? Or do they spend a little bit more with you because they want the full meal? Do they want the full album?
What if an artist has all of it though? All like he's just such a multi and different genres, and he's got so much music and talent.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you like? Do you just tell him, hey, like, stick to this customer, or do you just? I mean, because artists are so creative nowadays, right?
Yeah.
They're making all types of music.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just one.
Yeah.
So by doing that, you're minimalizing the amount of people who are going to listen to your music, right? Because that would be
No. In reality, identifying your customer doesn't minimalize it. It just makes you shoot more accurately. You just have to just understand exactly what's going on. You get what I mean? And know who wants to listen to you. That's really the key. Of course, there's going to be sprinkles of everything. If you want to start changing your demographic, you have to be very slow.
Right.
You have to turn the needle very, 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 very slowly.
Yes.
We've all watched and saw artists turn that needle too fast, and we saw it kick back. Now, sometimes the needle turn is very different. We'll look at Pitbull's success. Pitbull goes from rapping with TVT, with Little John.
Yep.
I mean, we know this. I know my shit.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Let's keep
and everyone
going.
was paying attention, and they loved it, and he rapped really fast.
Right.
But on a grand scale, no one gave a shit.
Right.
He put on a button-up shirt. He shaved his face, shaved his head. All of a sudden, he's this Spanish sex symbol. He starts doing pop music. Pitbull is one of the biggest artists we've seen in the entire decade of 2000 and 2010.
Oh, for sure.
The identical same story for Flo Rida. Flo Rida had a successful street record, Birthday. E-Class signed him over at, when they had Triple C's. E-Class had it over there, Rick Ross's partner. They had him over there. It really wasn't working. It wasn't transcending. I don't think that the people believed that Flo Rida was
do it,
aggressive.
Yeah.
So then what Flo Rida did was, I'm really, really good at music, and he started making pop records, and then it started to signify and resonate when he did the Timbaland record, which was The Elevator. And then Timbaland had that whole run towards the late 2000s with those double drums.
I was playing
with
that at
Danger Hands going on.
I was playing that at Hot 97.5 in Las Vegas at that time.
That's fucking crazy.
So I saw Flo Rida
because that was
do his motherfucking thing.
that was a time period when it all changed.
Yeah.
Timbaland started altering his sound. Timbaland started opening up to that airy pop feel.
Yeah.
Interscope gave him a big check. Shout out to Jimmy Iovine, Ron Fair. I know a lot of shit, guys.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The reason why I'm just way better than a lot of my peers, they don't have the amount of information I do.
Right.
I'm jumping around time periods, markets, label representatives. They don't got it. They don't work harder than I do. Not even close. And I do all of this, and I'm like still a pretty cool kid. I got a couple bad bitches on my Instagram, man. That ain't normal for this kind of shit.
Hey,
man.
give them the Instagram.
I'm pretty loved out here.
We're talking to Punch.
IAMPVNCH.
Yes.
I am Punch. PVNCH. Go pound sign it. Shout out to my boy Nipsey, one of the guys that Nipsey used to check in with and always show a fucking shit ton of love to. That's my boy. That's my brother. Niggas don't understand it. Shout out to the Lope. Shout out to the Cuz. Rest in peace. Like, a lot of people talk that Nipsey shit, and I get it.
Oh, yeah. No, you...
I have vlogs on the internet talking to Nipsey 10, 20 minutes, normal. In Brooklyn, another vlog, 2, 3 of them. Nipsey in the middle of the street with the Crips in Brooklyn. This is normal. We can Google it.
Man, back
So
in,
they, you know, they hype up this shit.
Look,
but they don't really know the boy. I fuck with Nipsey. Shout out to Black Stan.
I gotta tell you,
You get what
man,
I'm saying? That's my guy.
I gotta tell you, man. I've known Nip for a long time. Back in 2008, I called Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
And I said, Nip, come up to Clear Channel or iHeart, right? I
Facts.
said, come up. And he pulled up, and he sat in my whip, and we smoked the blunt,
Fire.
and we went upstairs.
Fire.
And that was the first time me and Nip ever met.
Yeah.
My brother laced him with all this gear. We had all this gear laid out in the studio.
Yeah.
It was like literally all over the walls.
Yeah.
And he came in and we gave it to him. It was a present, you know.
Yeah.
Since that day, I saw Nip 2 other times.
Yeah.
Saw him at a Laker game. I was covering for NBC Sports Radio.
Fire. Big money. You getting money.
See him, say what's up to him, and
Show love.
shows love.
Always.
And you know, I think that's something that it's lacking. It's lacking. We need more people to be more. I wouldn't say just open to talking to people.
Yeah.
But the positive energy, you know, when you see somebody in the street, sometimes you get that energy like, oh shit, you know, they gonna roll up, what's going on? That energy gotta stop. Yeah. Because I think the whole world has gone really mad. Everybody's always mad about something, you know? But if you live by, you know, a life of light and shining light onto other people, normally it comes back. It just does. It just does, because you're sharing something with somebody else, like you said, that person takes it and does what they do, you know, what they do with it, right?
Yeah.
So, the fact that you're teaching, do we see a school or something like that in the near future for you?
Well, that's
Punch?
where me and my partner kind of are at now. So I mean, he would be the best to explain. He understood it. He understood that I have these words. He understands that I have these ideas, and he's helped facilitating to get the ideas out. I guess he can word it. Better.
Yeah. So I mean, the traditional education system is broken, right? And I mean, you hit the nail right on the head, right? Like, you walk down the street nowadays, and people don't even say hello. People don't even say good morning.
Man.
I moved to Puerto Rico about 1.5 years ago after the hurricane. We went down there to do humanitarian work, and then I decided that my passion was to move to Puerto Rico and build a school. And, you know, I noticed the cultural differences. When you walk outside, people are saying buen dia. People are saying good morning. And it's extremely rude. If you walk past someone, you don't say good morning. You don't smile and say, how are you doing? And these are complete strangers. And try doing that in New York, and you're going to get a lot of sideways looks. And really, there's a community aspect to life that we are required to have as human beings.
100%.
Like, if a child isn't held as a baby, they actually die. They will not live. So we need communities, and we've been so separated in these urban environments to think that our neighbor is our enemy, where in reality we need to be learning from our neighbors, we need to be helping each other, and we need to be rebuilding our own communities. I'm not looking to Trump, I'm not looking to Clinton or any fucking politician to save me. We need to save each other.
100%.
It's the changes in our communities are going to come from each other, from ourselves.
The person next door to you.
So we're working on a project in Puerto Rico called the Caribbean Institute of Technology. And now me and Punch are working on a project in Brooklyn called the Brooklyn Business School. Because the traditional education system, the traditional school system is failing us all across the country.
It is.
There was a song when I was growing up by Cameron, and he said, Why am I going to go to college, be $200,000 in debt, and come out and make $30,000 a year? How the fuck am I going to drive Ferraris, Lamborghinis, and go to Miami doing that dumb shit, right? And even if you don't want to drive a Ferrari or Lamborghini, if you want to live a good life, chances are that the school system is not going to prepare you for that. The school system was preparing us to work in factories.
Yes.
It was preparing us to be a 9-to-5 slave.
Just be another number in the system.
Just be another number in the system.
Yeah.
Half the people that go to college don't even do what they were trained to do.
Right.
A lot of them get out with a freaking 4-year degree and they're making minimum wage doing something that has nothing to do with what they studied.
Sad.
And you're being taught education that's 20, 30 years old.
Oh, 100.
They say that people that can't do, they teach, right? Our entire education system is filled with people that are teaching music, people that are teaching business that were never in the music industry and never did business.
Right.
So how are they going to teach you how to be a successful entrepreneur in the music industry? They're not going to be able to do that. And that's why me and Punch are working on this school to teach, to get real doers, real people, the people that have actually lived it, that have had huge successes, be able to give back.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
I think it's simplistically said, it's just a time to inform. A lot of people just, the information, see, it's this unique twist. The internet is this monster of so much information, but it also now feels like this gigantic, overwhelming ocean to where it's like, I don't know where to turn. I don't know if I should go up, down, left, right. I don't know if I should stay exactly where I'm at. You literally don't know because there's so much information.
Yeah, for sure.
So if they start to look at me as someone who's done it, if they've looked at a Young M.A., a designer, a 50 Cent, even the Freshers, the Cardi B's, the Casanovas, people where I've helped small, nothing as drastic, but even Cardi jumped on my Instagram the other day and showed love, one of the biggest DJs in New York, and that's my sister, we show love, and Cardi, 50 million followers. If I DM'd her as we speak, she would hit me back within minutes. Like, it's the relationships are so A1, and me being able to learn under 50 Cent. So I have this immense amount of information. Those are the direct guys in that's my last 2 or 3 years. I've been able in that have high amounts of conversations with Swizzy, Pharrell, Timberland. Like, Swizzy played me his album before anyone heard it. I literally have 2 hours of footage of Swizz Beats playing hey, what's up though? Where the love go? I'm talking about since last summer. You get what I mean? Last summer.
Right.
So it's like I got to see these amazing and have these amazing iconic moments and be a part of this culture. And I would be a piece of shit, in my opinion. No fluff, no salesman, no nothing.
Right.
I'd legitimately be a piece of shit if I took these jewels from 50 fucking Cent or Swizzy or Fat Joe or any, I know a lot of the fucking OGs.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Have all of this and then not distribute it back. Or even some of the OG executives. Even I speak to Steve Lobel when you say Nipsey Hussle. You already know Steve Lobel. We work in university. That's my bro. With Scott Storch, look at the relationship. Make sure Steve connected it when Tekashi did the Scott Storch record. How you think that these is happening?
That's crazy.
Okay, so you understand, dots will always connect.
The behind, no one ever talks about the behind the scenes.
They don't
of what's
understand
going on.
because there's so many dots to understand.
Right.
You get what I mean? It's so
Yes.
many dots to understand.
Yes.
I had Scott's relationship back with getting with 50.
Yeah.
Scott wanted to do a new whole situation. I don't know if he announced it yet. I was about to say something else, but Scott got something else working. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Just everything going on. Scott coming up to This Is 50. Even Fat Joe and 50 Cent's relationship reuniting. I was there the first time Fat Joe has ever been to G Unit. I interviewed him the day when Remy Martin came up. I've been a part of rap history on so many times, and I don't allow it. Sometimes people take it as being boisterous, but it's so much iconic moments in our culture that if I didn't yell mine out from time to time, I just think that it would just get trumped by other shit. So I remind him, when Fat Joe and 50 Cent, where we look at it where they about to kill each other, those is two street motherfuckers.
Right.
To where that they finally got grown enough and their business was right and A1 enough to where Fat Joe walked in a G Unit and he goes, yo, I want to sit down with the young Punch Kid. I was 15 million hits in on YouTube. Competing my best against Hot 97 and Breakfast Club content every fucking day. iHeartMedia and Hot 97 as monsters, and I was still competing. So I've done some dope shit. I've been really blessed. All to say this, if I held in all of this information, I think I'd be corny.
Yeah.
Spit it out, teach, allow it. So if someone has it and they understand the value of my information, they understand the value of the words, and understand who the fuck I am, what I've done, especially for young hip hop, to know that we've walked in. You know what I mean? I speak to Bobby in jail constantly. Why do you think Bobby Shmurda was on the stupid record with Tekashi? I did that. When Bobby comes home, who's gonna be Bobby's DJ? Let's take a wild guess. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. This is young New York hip hop. This is it. Bobby Shmurda on his way home at the end of next summer. You know, this is a different level of engagement. I know it. So that's why I was attacking radio the way that I was, because I was like, if someone attacks it with enough power, maybe, just maybe, this actually tilts something. You know, it fell on deaf ear. Well, it fell on deaf public ears. Mm-hmm. Someone heard. A lot heard. Mm-hmm. I believe everyone heard. You get what I'm saying? I didn't really want to play the game of political chess that they wanted me to play, per se. So I'd rather just continue to heat up and do what I do, and then revisit that table with a stronger hand.
You know, someone else, by the way, we're talking to Punch right now. Anthony Delgado is live in the building. This is Dash Hip Hop X Mike Live. You know, there's one person that when you say attack radio that comes to mind, and I'm so proud that he did it. As many people, I've been rocking with this man for a very long time, and I already know that people have their opinions. But when you've actually met somebody and you've been in the studio, or you've been in the room, or you've been, you know, at their crib,
yeah,
and you're sharing moments with them that you know they remember. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple people in my life that, number one, this man right here, his name is Kanye West.
Talk about it.
And you know what? I met Kanye back when he came out to LA, when he first moved out to LA.
Crazy.
Before he put out College Dropout.
Crazy.
And I fast forward, and I do a show here at Dash, and I play his music all the time. Mm-hmm. I got a buddy, his name is Hassan. He's a brand new artist out here, and he's under Damon Dash right now. Okay. Dame has been, you know, getting him to perform and get his performance right. And I'm looking at the connection because Hassan been fucking with Ye for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so, like, I see all this crazy shit in the music business where, even from all the years now, you run across people.
Yeah. And
then years come back.
Yeah.
And that person knows that person. They said something about that person. And then all of a sudden, so this business to me is it's an amazing business, man.
Fantastic.
You know, and there's ways for us